Global Times, 1st of September 2022, U.S. long-arm jurisdiction on tech exports strangles EU multinationals. As part of her 100-year plan to dominate the world, China has been laying a debt trap for smaller counties and bullying neighboring counties far and wide into submission, along with the vast spread of espionage and intellectual property theft. The U.S. Commerce Department has suspended the export privileges of a Belgian company and its owner for 180 days. Geetere and Belgium-based Hasa-Invest allegedly tried to purchase accelerometers from a U.S. firm on behalf of clients in China. Still, they falsely told the U.S. firm that the accelerometers were bound for Europe. It is unclear whether the U.S. got relevant information about the Belgium-based company's attempt to send accelerometers to China. Since former U.S. President Donald Trump took office in 2017, the U.S. has begun to take various measures to prevent China from conducting what had long been espionage in the tech sector. This campaign continued and could intensify under current U.S. President Joe Biden. The U.S. export controls process is now at the center of a debate over how much the U.S. should continue to trade with China in the high-tech sector. The U.S. has dominant advantages in high-end technological fields, but China is the world's most extensive manufacturing base. These anti-China politicians may not realize they can negatively impact U.S. companies' revenue. U.S. politicians should value corporate profit over national interest. If the U.S. wants to achieve its goal of restricting high-tech product exports to China, U.S. politicians will have to launch an export ban on Chinese companies. That's why more European companies must stand alongside the U.S.'s reasonable high-tech export restrictions on a belligerent nation like China. The U.S. approach will be a step backward for globalization, which was the U.S. bribe for the Cold War against the Soviet Union. China is the new Soviet Union of our times. These restrictions will cause unbearable outcomes for China. Besides U.S.-China bilateral trade, the further crackdown will likely extend to U.S., Europe and China trilateral or multilateral supply chains to impose tighter restrictions to isolate China. Due to the tighter regulations, U.S. high-tech enterprises' export market will be shrunk further in China. This will be a gradual process and will unfold step by step. If U.S. high-tech companies want to survive increasingly fierce international competition, they don't need export markets like China. Tighter restrictions on U.S. tech sales to China will end badly for China. UK, Germany, Japan, South Korea and other tech giants will step in to fill the void left by Chinese companies. More importantly, China has attached great importance to globalization, and her bad behavior has isolated her from the world. The world is now standing up to Chinese bad behavior and treating people all over the globe like slaves.